All right. So let's get real about sometimes, not all the time, some spiritual people, self-proclaimed spiritual people. I don't know. I'm being sassy. Self-proclaimed spiritual people really like to tell you what not to do. For example, I like to drink coffee in the morning. I have been drinking coffee in the morning since college. It ain't gonna change. And here's the thing, I don't want it to change. I like it. I enjoy it. I love it. Um, do you know how many times in my life I have heard from, I'm just gonna be a brat today, holier than thou, um, gotta be right. You're not on a spiritual path if you're doing this person telling me that I need to quit coffee. I can't even count how many times. Now, if I was drinking like 4 pots a day, like, okay, let's talk about this. Like, you might have a legitimate point if I'm like literally drinking 4 pots a day, but a cup or two in the morning, I'm not interested in your feedback. So the reason I wanted to do this video about this today is because the you really shouldn't drink any coffee, or you really shouldn't do this, or that's really not very spiritual, or you're really hurting your body. That kind of stuff. One, it's not spiritual to tell people what to do. Now, like I said, if you were legitimately concerned, I had like IBS and I was like, every time I drink coffee, it just tore my stomach up. And you'd be like, Beth, we might want to talk about this like attachment you have to coffee. I'm like, okay, I got it. But this over, like, I telling people what they think they should be doing in order to be spiritual, that is not how we roll here. Not how we roll here. And you can still be a spiritual person, very much connected to God, to guides, be incredibly psychic, incredibly tuned in on a heart path, and still, maybe you smoke a cigarette occasionally. I don't know. Or maybe you drink coffee, like I said. Or maybe at night you take gummies to go to sleep. I would do that, but I think I'm actually allergic to marijuana. I really do. It makes me like, I do not like the feeling of marijuana at all. But if I did and I took, gummies at night to sleep, maybe I do. But my point sharing this with you is that it doesn't have to look a certain way. You don't have to not to eat all organic and walk a million miles every day, meditate a certain amount of hours a day. That does not define who you are as a spiritual person. I actually had a person write me once. I've had kind of emails like this, similar to this many times, but not many, but a few. But this person was like, she wrote me an email to tell me she was getting off my email list. Get this, because she thinks she's more spiritual than I am. Okay. Okay. I didn't know it was a contest. I really didn't. And awesome. Goodbye. I don't know. I have no attachment to you being on my email list. So bye. But it's like she had to tell me, and there was a couple points she made, and I really don't even remember what they were, but it was like, huh. But humble isn't being humble spiritual? And here's the last thing I'll say. And when I did AA, I went to AA for many years when I was younger, getting sober, and it saved my life. I loved going to meetings. I loved the people. I met a lot of people. It was awesome. Awesome. Now, one thing I noticed was that when I freaking hated it, I wanted to say the other word, but I hate it. It was awesome, but at first it wasn't awesome. At first, it was the opposite of awesome. It was hard, and I did not want to be there. My warrior, my Aries was like, this sucks. But I went every day because I wanted to stay sober because I had just gotten out of rehab. So I was like, I will sit here, I will come here every day, and I don't like it. Eventually I started loving it, but it took time. But what I noticed was the people that came into the rooms, and they were like, I'm so happy I'm here. Oh my God, this is the best thing. This is like, I am so thrilled. God, thank you so much. And it was like all this fake enthusiasm. Every single one of them relapsed. I am not kidding. Every single one. I watched it because I didn't participate. Because I hated it so much. I didn't participate until the day I raised my hand and I said, I hate it here so much. And then everything broke. It was like 4 months in. Anyway, they leave because they don't come in humble. They didn't come in humble and they left. And I've noticed that in the spiritual world too. When I have people coming to my events and people coming to things and being like, I've learned this, I've done this, I've journeyed before. Okay, awesome. How many times have you journeyed? I took a class a few years ago. Great. When was the last time you journeyed? I don't need to. I don't even know how to do that. When they don't come humbled, we don't come with a beginner's heart, then you're going to miss out on stuff. You're going to miss out on stuff. I don't care if I've taken the same class 10 times. I show up with a humble heart. Why? Because I may miss something. There may have been something I missed. So the next time someone tells you, you should blank, and you are you're in harmonious relationship with whatever that is. We're going to use coffee for a bit. I am in harmonious relationship with coffee. Or if anyone comes up and says, you should meditate more, or you should be more grateful, or you should do this, this is your response. This is my suggestion for your response. You don't have to. You should have this response. Should. I was kidding. Thank you so much for sharing. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much for sharing. That's it. No hooks, no activation, totally neutral. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm gonna go. Currently, I'm gonna announce this to the bigger group here because I did a Q&A. I'm gonna sidestep for a second. I did a Q&A informational session on the horse healing, equine healing retreats we've been holding in here in Arizona. I cannot tell you, I've done so many things in my beautiful, amazing spiritual career, healing arts. This is working with these beings, these horses is at the top of my list. Top. Love it. Love it. Because these beings, they are the definition of humility, and they are the definition of getting people to see into who they really are. I have a couple spots left. There's only 5 spots total in each retreat because you each get a horse. There's only 5 spots, so there's 5 horses, 5 people, 5 women, 5 horses, 5 people. Everybody has their own room. Anyway, I won't go into the detail, but if you're looking for a little bit of a pattern interrupt in your life, and you've been called on some level, maybe at some point you've always been like fascinated by horses, or you can feel the shamanic ways that horses, the energy field they hold, reach out to me, and I'm happy to share more about the retreat here that we are going to be holding in Arizona in mid-November. We will be doing more in the coming year, but we do have some coming up. And guess what? How awesome would it be to just come to Arizona, get all your needs taken care of, have a horse help you ignite joy, love, transformation, healing, and know exactly where to get in and help you. And they know exactly where to connect. After the energetic windstorm we're going to be in, especially here in the United States, it's going to be a beautiful time to be in retreat. So if you're interested, what I'll do is I'll leave a little information in the PS and you can respond to this. Maybe I'll put my booking link in there and you can book a call and we can talk more about it. All right, my name is Beth Osmer and thanks for sharing. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.